Nope. Come to you now.
Hey,
Hi.
everybody.
Now you.
Hi. I'm Thomas Roberts.
And I'm Sharon Reed. Hey, listen, first things first, housekeeping. We promised you 9 o'clock straight up we'd be on Facebook Live.
We're
right?
a minute or so late.
But we're not on Facebook Live. Tell them why.
Well, Facebook is apparently down, and Instagram.
These
So it's been a big mess all day in terms of getting everybody back up and running. So we decided to hop over to YouTube. We're also going to be on Periscope, and that's where we are going to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Anything you want to know.
Yeah, so, what? You've not been here quite a year yet.
It'll be
I'll
a
start with
year
that,
in
right?
July. This is our anniversary, though.
Here.
March is our anniversary.
Tighten up a little bit.
We met in March of last year.
Yeah, we met in March. Is that when we had dinner?
Yeah.
So you came in. The way it works is, I mean, honestly, there were so many auditions. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that. But I had to sit next to, like, all these different guys. Of course, I only remember you.
I know.
Right.
Yeah. She says that.
And they made me get up, like, super early. And it was like, okay. Did the same show. And then what they do is they put it in front of people.
Right, a test.
Like you. And I say, who do
Test
you
audience.
like? Does this look good? Do you think they make a good team? Obviously, you scored off the charts. No surprise. And then we had that little meet and greet.
Yeah.
Was it a full lunch? There was a 4 of us, no?
Yeah. Well, then you had me over to your house for brunch, but that's after I already took the job.
And of course, my mom crashed that.
It's hard to believe we met a year ago this month. A year has already gone by, so I was here to interview in March, and then I accepted the job by July, and then was here. We've been running ever since.
Yeah. He's got the keys to my house, or the code. So, I mean,
I do.
I think we clicked. I think chemistry matters. And I think that part of that is just being authentic. And I don't know anybody who's heard me talk about that before, 1 or 2 of you perhaps out there. I just think that's the key to everything. And I think that you're just an authentic person. What you see is what you get. And that allows us to be transparent with you guys, which is why we can say, hashtag ask me anything.
Yeah,
So,
AMA.
if you dare.
Yeah, that's why. And plus, the commercial breaks are really the best part of our working together. You have no idea the stuff that goes on in commercial breaks and the stuff that we say. And eat. Sometimes she'll bring a foot-long sub to the table.
If you haven't eaten all day
With
and you need your
banana
stamina,
peppers.
I mean, it's 2.5 hours. Okay,
Banana
you try
peppers.
it, all right?
If you're
Banana peppers,
downwind from
pickles,
banana peppers.
Black olives, ham or turkey, and provolone. And then lots of vinegar, salt, pepper, oregano. That's my Subway sandwich.
And the banana peppers.
Yeah, the banana pepper. And I say extra, because you could put extra on there. What's wrong with that? I like flavor. Spice.
Yeah.
Robust flavor.
And it's a foot long, so she'll eat that all during 2.5 hours.
I only eat half
together.
of it. I save the other 6 inches for later.
Yeah. But that's the type of working wife relationship that I get to have with Sharon that I love. I think the best part about this job is the fact that I get to work with Sharon Reed. She's the real deal and hilarious and kind. She probably doesn't want me to say she's kind, but she's super kind.
They believe it. They believe it. No.
So I feel very lucky that I get to be here and work with Sharon.
I think humor makes the world go round. I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, first of all, then what could you really laugh at?
We laugh a lot.
We do laugh
We
a
do
lot.
laugh a lot, and a
do
lot
some
at
crying
ourselves.
too. But it's just, we love this job. I hope it comes across that way. Thomas especially. I do too, but loves politics. So we're constantly saying, did you see this? Did you see that? Today it was, Manafort sentenced again. What's President Trump doing now? The Michael Cohen. Like, we're constantly...
Between politics and pop culture, we're basically the same person.
Chloe, the cheating scandal, just everything.
The bribery
oh my
scandal
goodness,
that's
this college
taking place.
thing. I mean, we argue about a lot of stuff. I think we tend to agree a lot.
We do.
But
we're both addicted to that story.
And we both speak our mind.
Yeah. That
proudly.
Story is just bananas. And I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
I can't learn enough about it. I can't hear enough about it. And just when you think about the background of what they all went through, it would have been so much easier. And we had a guest on earlier today.
Why'd you do that?
Just
Why would you do
contact
that?
the endowment fund at the college, and you would most likely get your kid in. You'd find out what real hoops you have to jump through.
Sure.
And get your kid in.
And if you have that much money and you want to be like obnoxious about it and just throw it around, why not just do it that way? Why would you end up with a federal indictment, and the feds banging on your door, as is the case with Felicity Huffman, right?
6 a.m. in the
At 6
morning.
a.m., guns drawn, saying, get out of bed, you're coming with us. It's just...
Well, and watch they get more time than Manafort.
Yeah.
We'll figure out. Sandra was saying hi to you.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Sharon. I met you at the Pro Hall of Fame in Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love the Pro Hall of Fame, especially because, Chick-fil-A's right next door.
That was our secret entrance when we were going down for the Super Bowl fan
53, yeah, that
experience.
Was cool.
Yeah, we would sneak through right there to get in.
What questions?
I don't think we have any questions just yet.
Okay, so
I can ask you a question, though.
Okay.
Why aren't you married?
That's a loaded one. Why? It's not like no one ever asked me.
Okay.
So I don't even imply that. Trust me, I got asked a couple times. I just think it's part of my personality. How do I want to answer this without giving away too much? I don't want to settle. And I just think you can have it all. And there's somebody... Yes, can I get a witness? Okay, don't pan the camera. She's like on us because she doesn't have her face on, but she looks beautiful. Julie Smith's over there. I don't want to settle. I want to be with my best friend, my man. I want us to feed off of each other, go chase that success, but realize that at the heart of it, family, love, the whole thing. Listen, I've dated some great guys, okay? And sometimes I come back and say, all right, we can try again. But I don't know. And since I have my daughter who's now 7,
she's
now
gorgeous.
It's really got to be perfect. You know what I mean? Because I would never subject her to anything other than that. It's probably unattainable, but that's
are your expectations too high?
I think so. But, and you know me now, I would say this about myself. Nobody's harder on me than me.
Yeah.
And so I think that as you strive for perfection, and I mean, I'm smart enough to realize you're never going to get there, but I can't help it. I want everything, and that's my personality. And I think that as you grow and you mature, I got to learn how to temper that.
Yeah.
But do I think I'm the marrying kind? Absolutely. Me, I cook, I'm domestic. Not to say that that's what marriage is about, but I'm a homebody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you are.
I love being a mom. I love being a partner. I love being a caretaker.
Yeah, that's how I would define
So I definitely think
caretaker.
that I'd be mostly good in a marriage, but I don't know. It's just not there.
But you got to get out there and look for it, though.
No,
You're not out there looking for it.
I'll never go out and look. I don't go to clubs. I don't go out to... I go out to charity things and that kind of thing.
But it's all work-related.
Yeah.
It's all work-related
I was
stuff.
talking to somebody about that today, about work-life balance. And I definitely think that I could do better. And you and I have talked about this before. I know I could do better with that. But it's just, you got to be motivated to do that. And I'm kind of comfortable. I like my house. I like my daughter. I spend every moment with her. I'm obsessed with her, which I think that's dangerous, too. You know what I mean? Because she's got to have her own life. She's going
to grow up and fly away.
If life works out the way it's supposed to, she should. So I think that you have to develop your full life and thing. And for me, and we've said this before, this is not just a job. It's who I am.
Right, it's an identity.
I do love this. I take it very personal. I think you have to look out for the people at home. I think that these are not airways that belong to us. You know what I mean? It might be CBS46.
We're just custodians.
That's a big responsibility, and you need to take it seriously. And if somebody at home has a problem or we see something that affects a lot of people, you really need to take that seriously. It's not. There's no throwaway stories. It's not the movies.
No, it's a real privilege.
Yeah.
And I think about it the same way. As a custodian, at this moment in time, that we get to be here and do this, so we got to give it our all, and bring all the experience that we have to the table.
Your eyes are so blue. I'm sorry.
I asked for an eye light. They said
they're
no.
so blue.
That's all I got.
I sometimes just look into your eyes, not to be creepy.
That's all I got.
But they're so blue. Anybody questions? Come on now, because once I start to ramble,
glad I found
this
you
can go
guys
left
here
real
after
quick.
that Facebook mess. I watch you guys all the time. Best newscast in the ATL.
Sure. So let me get
Now
this
that's
straight.
from W.S.
B?
Hoovler? No, not WSB.
Whatever.
Maybe it is. Who knows?
It's okay. Hey, listen.
Yeah. Maybe it is them. Well, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're up to 15 people.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
listen, this was your opportunity to ask me anything. You chose to just sit this one out. That's okay.
I asked.
Okay, but I'm done.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. Mary, you have a question? Are you trying to get me? Okay.
Yes, Mary,
So-
what would you like to
Yeah.
know? Ask me anything.
Oh, okay.
The call
I
sign
thought Mary
impressed.
was raising her hand over there with a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our AMA session where you can ask us anything you want.
Yeah.
So if Mr. Right did come along, right, how quickly do you think you would know?
Can you not call him Mr. Right?
Sure. How, Mr. Permanent.
I do think you know right away. Now, there's only been 2 men in my past that I said, I'll go the distance with you. But I still had that little voice back there for, whatever that reason was. It's like I feel like it's a gift and a curse. I'm not saying I'm clairvoyant, but you kind of see into the future and you're like, this is not going to work for me. And it's not like it was like this major big thing, but there were some things that I said, I don't think I'm going to love this.
What if you met somebody and they wanted you to not work?
Well, that's not, I just told you this is a part of who I am. I'm not saying that, I want to work for the rest of my life, because I think that if it works out the way it's supposed to, you find something that so fits with who you are that it's not really working.
Yeah, it's a passion project.
I love this. I think nowadays, too, the trend is people who just, retire, then you die. Who wants to retire? You retire from a job. You don't want to, you know what I mean? So
Not me.
Sure.
But we may retire. Let's see. One piece of advice you would give to an aspiring journalist. This is from Donnie Tuggle.
Donnie, don't ever give up. That's all I would say. Don't give up. People are going to tell you a lot of things. Have thick skin. I always wanted to be the best reporter when I started out, and I wasn't. But I was very curious and genuine, Every person I met on a story, I wanted to listen to them, gain something from them. I would say never give up. This is a privilege to do this job, and it's not something that should come easy, right?
Then with that, you have to have a fire in your belly for it, because there's a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
And you want to pursue this as a dream, and then you think you got the chops to cut it, but you find
Phil,
along
you're
the way
trying
that
to tell us something. Just step in. What is
people
it?
are going to reject you.
Do you want us to end this thing, don't you?
I'm not rejecting you, but I need to change batteries.
Okay.
This is live stuff happening right now.
Okay.
When you change the batteries on
we're
this
gonna change
live view,
the
we're going to
batteries.
dip out for like 30 seconds, put up the slate, and then come right back.
Okay.
So that's fair.
We'll
Don't
be-
give up.
Don't
Don't
give
go
up.
anywhere.
Don't give up on us.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, we're back. And we were quick about it too. So
Yeah.
we had a battery change on the camera.
It happens, right?
Yeah, it happens. So we were able to swap it out real quickly and then get back on the air to be with y'all.
Yeah. So
And got a fan. We got a fan going
on
behind
my
us.
little YouTube channel. You can see my flip flops.
Your feet.
Listen, the truth is, nobody's wearing heels up in here. Okay, we put them on right before the show. When you wear them,
And then the flip flops right as it's
right?
over.
And then as soon as it's over, you put the flip flops on, and then you're off. But there's very little downtime. I will say that.
There is very little downtime. Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm just checking to see if there are any questions.
Okay, are you back up?
Yeah. So when did you two start doing the do? And Sharon, why are you? Oh no.
What?
That one. From Alabama.
Well, you know what,
Nice.
Alabama, I'm sorry that you don't like it. I do. It's my life, and I'm going to wear my hair the way I want. I'm going to dress the way I want, and to each his own. What do you look like? Go ahead.
What's doing the do mean?
I don't know. Was that
Julie,
her too?
what does that mean?
What does that? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Tell us now.
But you think we have good chemistry?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming.
Oh, is that
Okay.
what they're saying?
Oh.
Are you implying that like there's something going on with
Trying
us?
to double entendre there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, my
No,
son.
what is
so Frederick Jones, right? My son wants to go into the field. What should he major in when he goes to college? He's a junior at Archer High School
Oh,
now.
okay, you
All right, well,
answer that.
congratulations,
Yeah.
first of all. This is a very
Yeah.
exciting time for your son. But I was a communication and journalism major. So, and get him an internship. Really, that's the best way to go as soon as he can. Get into a place, because it's not so much the book learning. Books, are great, but it's the actual work and being in a newsroom, and then that'll give him an opportunity to figure out if this is really where his
Yeah.
passion lies, because it'll weed you out pretty quickly.
Yeah. For me, I went to Georgetown. I majored in English and government. And then I went to grad school. And the only reason I really went was because I wanted a tape.
I didn't know you went to grad school.
Yeah, I needed the
Did you
footage.
graduate from grad school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I needed the footage to, get the tape out there and land that first role. So that's really why I did it. I just think nowadays everybody has an iPhone. Everybody can, do their own reel, become their own reporter, and get their work out there. I think you have to know how to write, but more than that, you have to be passionate about it. If you just want to be on TV, then miss me, go do something else. It's not going to work out, because viewers are so smart, so sophisticated. They know when somebody doesn't want to be there,
Yeah.
or is just going through the motions. I think viewers are very clear on that, and they'll check you real quick with that stuff. So I just think if you know how to write, you're curious, you're passionate, then
And work well with others. Try to work well with others.
and have that thick skin, because not only are you going to get critiqued in a newsroom, you're going to get rejected. Look at the Bulldog.
Yeah.
You're going to get doors slammed in your face.
But that makes for
and
great video.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But it's how you handle it. If you're somebody where, your feelings get hurt very easily, if somebody flips the script and, turns the table on you, then, it's probably not going to work out.
But it is, as Sharon points out, I mean, everybody's a citizen journalist now because of having iPhones.
Yeah.
You can go live on Facebook, you can go live on YouTube, you can go live on
Yeah.
Instagram, and you can capture these moments
Yeah.
a lot of times that we're using on, our polished newscast on a
Yep.
daily basis.
Yep.
It's mainly coming from, viewers at home that are capturing great moments,
Yeah.
being citizen journalists.
Yeah, get them an internship.
Oh, this is nice from Pat.
What?
I watch Thomas and Sharon every day. I really enjoy watching y'all. Keep up the good work.
Don't you have an aunt named Pat?
I do, but she wouldn't be on
Is that-
YouTube.
okay.
Yeah, she wouldn't be on YouTube. She wouldn't know how to do that. And if I told my mother, she would be here probably asking questions, but I didn't tell my mother in advance that we were doing this. So she would be here lighting up the screen with different questions.
So let's see, what else do you guys want to cover? So you asked me why, before we had that dramatic break, why
You
I'm
left
not
the cliffhanger.
married. Yeah, no, I answered it.
You answered that one, but I was,
What about
if you knew it was right in front of you, would you be able to recognize it?
Would I be able to recognize it? I hope so. I will say this: I have a fear of new.
Yeah.
And I
you
think
don't
I told
change.
you that before. No, like the reason I've given an ex another chance is because it's like the devil you know versus somebody who's completely new, who you don't know what it is that they want, or their true heart, I would say. So I tend to like have the same people in my life for decades.
Well, that's good. You're a loyalist.
I'm definitely a loyalist.
What's the age range?
You know what? I used to love really, really older, older guys. I don't think I like younger guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. But this is a dating show. Listen, just come correct, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't tend to like. I mean, a couple years, whatever. If you're in the same age group.
Yeah.
But like these women who, it's a cougar.
Yeah. Don't ask it with a question mark.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I'm
you
not,
know what it is.
Yeah, but that's just not me.
She knows what it is.
Yeah, it's not me. But I'm saying, like, what's the age range? Like, is that cougar a 40-year-old who's with a 20-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not me. It's like, what would I talk about? No offense to a 20-year-old, but what would we talk about? And that's a big thing. Like, you have to get me up here, okay? So, no.
All right. Anchoring versus reporting in the field. What's your favorite? This is from Donnie Tuggle. Ooh.
I have these chairs
say,
are very uncomfortable.
Yeah, they are. I have to say that doing live events in the field can be a lot of fun. And also a lot of work. But the energy that you can feed off of, and meanwhile, one experience I'm thinking of here is Super Bowl fan experience was great because it was an exciting time. But there have been other stories that I've covered where they're just rotten. If it's a school shooting or if it's some type of major news story that I've been in the field for, you work like a dog and you're on your feet for a good 12 or 14 hours during the day.
But don't you find like there's adrenaline? All those years you were with MSNBC and CNN and you're traveling the world, and some of it's like the worst of, mankind, some things that happen. But the adrenaline, it keeps you going.
There was definitely adrenaline that goes along with it.
Yeah.
But you do get burned out. I remember being on the campaign trail and just getting burned out.
Yeah.
Because it's nonstop, and it was filled. I'm talking about the Republican primary side. It was just filled with candidates and a lot to cover, so it was easy to get burned out there. All right, how long will this be going on tonight?
We can call him Bill. Can I tell you more though about the reporter versus anchor?
And I think a lot of people thought we were going to be on Facebook, so that's why there's a little confusion.
I almost hate making a distinction because I think there is this thing in our business where, everybody wants to be an anchor. It's not about anchoring. It's the best reporters make the best anchors, I think. You can teach people the mechanics, right? The flow, which camera do you look at? But you can't teach someone how to be naturally curious. And I just think that the more you're out there, the more engaged you are with the public and people. Like you mentioned Super Bowl 53 and the fan experience, the NFL experience we were at. You feed off of that energy. You meet people, you get story ideas just because, without trying. And I just think that it kind of like feeds the beast.
No, it was actually really great to be out there. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Because typically when you're in the field and you're doing,
it's
something,
it's
good. More like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be a fun story. But that was fun.
Yeah.
Long days, but that was fun. All right, so Bill, let's see. I want to for William.
Well,
but you
Bill,
can call
what's
me Bill.
your question then?
Yeah.
What is your question, Bill? Since you were expecting a flood of questions, ask us anything. What do you want to know? Glad I found you guys with this Facebook mess. Yeah, it is a mess. And I kept wondering. I was like trying to upload stuff all day. And I'm like, what is this?
Well, where? On Instagram or Facebook?
Both. Yeah.
Well, it shows you how tethered the world is to that. People are freaking out that they can't post anything.
And we had that story today where you could turn yourself into a...
Well, you're making your own avatar.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Facebook
it kind of seems
is doing
creepy,
that.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It depends on if it looks good and if I can put a filter on it.
Well, I mean, it looked just like...
I might do it.
There were 100 and some odd cameras that were in there capturing all your facial features and all your tics and movements and expression. It seemed creepy. I mean,
a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed creepy. Very creepy. almost like this. This is kind of creepy, sitting here without questions.
A little bit. It's almost like we're forced to be, like there's no one with a gun to our heads off camera, but what else?
I don't know.
Well, a question that we get a lot of times for young journalists is, not just what you should major in, but how do you get to a market the size of Atlanta?
Right, or how to get your first job.
Yeah, and you may have a different take on it, but I just think everybody's different, and there's a million ways to get to where you want to be. I think you just have to admit, though, in the business today, hey, this could be your second job. For some people, they're first and then they cross over. Because we have a lot of what's called MMJs. In the industry today, which means they report, they shoot,
journalists, right?
So they're doing their own things, and some people like that because they're in control of the story, start to finish. So I just think it depends.
But basically, you're wearing three hats. You're the reporter, you're the photographer, and then you're the editor. So you are. Back in the day when I was doing it, it was called one-man band. And then MMJ sounds much classier. Yes, my first couple of jobs were as a one-man band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in grad school, the instructor was like, it was a small group, and she said, and so you guys should all learn how to shoot and edit, because you're going to need that on your first job. And I looked at my one friend and said, I'm not doing that. Maybe, I'm not doing that. And I mean, what do you know? Back then, I was just lucky where I never had to do it.
Never?
But, no, I never did it.
Oh.
It was, the way my career started was kind of weird. But I do definitely think that you should learn all those jobs. You should know how to produce. You should know how to edit. You should know how to shoot. And not just because you could use it one day, but because it helps you understand the flow of the workday.
Right, the teamwork.
Right.
And respect for those positions. Because
right.
they're not easy jobs.
Right.
No, not easy jobs at all. But that's how you figure out also if you want to be in this business or not, because if you get a job as an MMJ and you're still powering through and can do great work, then that kind of tells you right there that you're in the right field. You're where you need to be. But it is hard. But it's worth it, though. It
Phil,
pays off.
Is that about us? I can always tell when he's on the phone and he tries to be like,
trying to say,
yeah.
a nice way to say,
Is that it?
wrap it up.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. All right, so this means we can wrap it up. Well, we appreciate everybody that stopped by to check us out. I'm sorry you didn't get to ask us more questions. I mean, I was really ready to bare my soul here tonight.
Yeah, and thanks for the marriage question. We'll see you tonight for CBS 46 News at 11.
Bye, everybody.